Good evening to you. Thank you for watching UCTV. I am Sunday Gloria Aboch with the Monday edition of UCTV News, and let's dive into it. As in order to avoid maternal mortality, Kasanga Primary Health Care in the Diocese of Kasese, the well-wishers have held a donors conference to build a theatre for our mothers and other related issues. While addressing thousands of well-wishers of this facility, Crispus Kiyonga, the former area member of Parliament who represented Lukia Nakadama, the third Deputy Prime Minister and Minister without portfolio, who was to be the guest of honor, urged the people of Bokonzo West to embrace and use this facility, for which will save the lives of mothers and newborns in the area and across the borders, as it is the health center for.
Akende binya kiwo tikibwa ubonga nayo tibwe gwera rudi kawana. We are Reverend Father Vicar General from Avianga Toma Quimbiyo Mundi Mubio Mundi Walusali Angelo Mabaji Eye Kelizia Eye Diocese. Udo wachi kama inisaenda hano hama itaga doctor, at least one doctor. Basista baneo, wakrini kufisa baneo. Waitu kutuma biirawa elise bezeria hakei taga sajo namonga amuma elitatsu waitikira tokekana akabe ngaba bere basat onebo dyakana ruha yekeisha odinya bya umachero odinya tungalivu babusire sipatara ikabe aho isiri namuntu obabyaya tulenabe ngaba bintu bisatu Number one, Ngabu Gary can I know most father and Rubanam Mavan. Avana, Elima Koruko, Mukava Pima, Omana, Nuania Kamenga, and a very hotel Bunga. And Akasese, Okava, Chikume. Avamia Kisatu, Suahes. Okaba na chikome makunyane wakusire nene abantu banene sibarangeri kusa ganga wera babibye wetu esyambe batyasi katule ukacha iwasabana kasiziruka ukabirire bebe no ulipa mwindo waye embebani nyezi ikabya nari ya kufuke ya bokede ulitowa. So, so question number one,
and now the Uganda Police Exodus Circle has dismissed the Parliamentary Committee on Defense and Internal Affairs report, which revealed that it is high-ranking officers in the circle were the ones benefiting from the savings at the expense of junior officers. The Exodus Circle chairperson Wilson Omoding, while addressing press at the police headquarters in Naguru earlier today, refuted the allegations that pinned police officers circle for operating illegally with mandatory salary and retirement deductions that the Parliamentary Committee noted was marred by intimidations from high-ranking officers.
Previously, legislators pinned the police's Exodus Circle for operating illegally with forced mandatory salary and retirement deductions that they said was made by intimidations by high-ranking officers. A report of the committee indicates that junior police officers pinned high-ranking officers for benefiting from the circle even when they constitute the least number of savers. The committee demanded an audit to reveal the legality of disbursement of shillings 40 billion to 14,815 savers. It is upon this that Omoding clarified on the legal establishment of the circle by the Registrar of Cooperatives, as he explains.
Exodus Circle operates in accordance with the cooperative principles of autonomy and independence. The circle is an autonomous self-help organization controlled by its members with no interference from police management. It operates under the patronage of the police force to improve officers' welfare. The circle engages the members directly through various channels such as the board, management, delegates, community liaison officers, CLOs, the unit commanders, providing update on SACCO developments, including share savings, loan products, system upgrade, and addressing members' concerns. The general meeting, empowered by Regulation 20 of the Cooperative Security Societies Regulation and Act 16 of Exodus SACCO bylaws, governs the SACCO's affairs and oversees leadership transition.
Omding went ahead and refuted the accusations that it is strictly high-ranking officers within the SACCO that are benefiting at the expense of the junior officers' savings.
With the complaints, any member of Exodus SACCO who feels not happy with the resolutions or any decision taken by the AGM, the arbitration, I can quote you section 73 of the Cooperative Act. The arbitration is there. That is where they are supposed to take their issues. The arbitrator is the Uganda Cooperative Alliance secretary, who will listen to whatever has been raised and see how it can be arbitrated.
He concluded by disregarding the allegations that the SACCO members are suffering a mandatory involuntary salary and retirement deductions.
The 50% was not about deducting the officer's salary. The Public Service Standing Orders does not allow you to deduct an officer's salary more than a half of that salary. So what the Exodus SACCO management and guided by the AGM, that officers should access their savings 50% and also contribute to the savings for retirement, but it became a contentious issue. But the AGM reversed it, that we needed to engage further the members, and who have been in engagement, and the members are in agreement with it.
Joseph Kabali, UCTV News.
And now, the National Identification Registration Authority, NIRA, has announced new biometric features to be added on the national identity cards ahead of the June mass enrollment and renewal exercise. This has been revealed by the NIRA Executive Director, Rosemary Kisembo, while addressing the Fourth Estate at the police headquarters in Kampala today. Speaking to journalists in Kampala, Kisembo expounded that they have resolved to adopt iris in addition to facial and thumbprint biometric features because science suggests that every human being poses a unique iris.
Speaking to journalists in Kampala today, the Executive Director for the National Identification Registration Authority, Rose Kisembo, expounded that they have resolved to adopt iris in addition to facial and thumbprint biometric features because science suggests that every human being possesses its unique iris. Kisembo adds that this shall be converted and encrypted to the barcode behind the national identity card, as she explains.
God in his wisdom made each of us so unique that each of our fingerprints is unique. But now, in addition to the fingerprint, we are adding the iris. The iris is a part of your eye, which also has a unique signature. Even if you are an identical twin, that you are Nakato and Babidie, you will always have a unique fingerprint and a unique iris. So in addition to the 10 fingerprints and the face, we are adding 2 iris. Someone will ask, if I'm blind, do I have an iris? The answer is yes. Even when you are blind, you have an iris. So, in essence, why are we increasing the biometrics that we are capturing on the register? We are increasing the biometrics we are capturing on the register for inclusivity, so that if your fingerprints are damaged, at least your iris will help us uniquely identify you. Every Ugandan is entitled to one national identification number.
Chisembo as well disclosed that NIRA is set to recruit data processors and registration assistance agents at the parish level ahead of the mass enrollment and renewal exercise. Chisembo guided on the requirements for interested applicants.
Two important jobs that I want everybody to know. One is registration assistants. The other one is data processors. I repeat, during the course of this week, we shall advertise and make available a link on our website for you to capture, to apply for either being a registration assistant or a data processor. A registration assistant is only required to have an S6 certificate, or what is called the Uganda Advanced Certificate of Education. Number one. Number two, you must speak the local languages of the district in which you are making application. For example, I don't speak Kumam. Therefore, I cannot apply in a district where Kumam is spoken to be a registration assistant. The recruitment process will be carried out at district level. NIRA is constituting what are called District Mass Enrollment and Renewal Coordination Committees that are headed by the resident district commissioner and are supported by the COW, the LC5, NIRA as secretariat, and a couple of electoral commission officials, and a couple of other people who will assist in the recruitment exercise. For you to apply, you must live within that district of you must live. I emphasize, you must. I come from Fort Portal, but I don't live in Fort Portal. So I cannot apply to be a registration assistant in Fort Portal, despite the fact that I speak the language and I come from that district, Kabaroli. But for this particular exercise, if you live in Kampala and you speak Rutoro, you cannot apply to be a registration assistant in Kabarole district. You must live Obera or Sula Norara in that area. And we shall ask the LC chairman to tell us that you will actually live there. And we shall ask the Gombolola ISO to also tell us it is true that what the LC1 has said is true. This person lives in the area. So those are four important things I've mentioned. One, you must have a Uganda Advanced Certificate of Education as a minimum for registration assistant. Number two, you must live in the district where you seek to be a registration assistant. 2, 3, you must speak the local languages. So if you live in Fort Portal, you are actually Mtoro, but you cannot speak Rutoro for one reason or another. You do not qualify to apply to be a registration assistant.
To Ugandans living abroad, she said that there is a provision of online registration while individuals who migrated to Uganda are urged to go through the process called naturalization.
Every Ugandan to our national identification register. As I began to prepare for these conferences, I began to have engagements with all sorts of persons of the public, just to understand our understanding of this exercise and of the role of NIRA. I began to learn that some people don't realize that even a baby born yesterday is entitled to a national identification number. So every Ugandan living in country or in diaspora is entitled to a national identification number. I will repeat that. Every Ugandan, regardless of age, regardless of sex, regardless of religion, regardless of background, regardless of occupation, regardless of tribe, regardless of clan, is entitled to a national identification number.
Joseph Kabali, UCTV News.
The Uganda Police Force has confirmed the arrest of the notorious TikToker Ibrahim Musana, commonly known as Pressure 24, on accounts of, among others, offensive communication, defamation, and inciting violence. Social media has been awash of rumors alleging the arrest of Ibrahim Musana, commonly known as Pressure 24/7, over his TikTok videos of defaming the Kabaka of Buganda, rolled on Mwenda Mutebi II, and the high-profile individuals.
Recently, social media has been awash of rumors suggesting the apprehension of Ibrahim Musana, commonly known as Pressure 24/7, over his frequent TikTok clips through which he attacks the King of Buganda and other sounding videos of high profile. While speaking to media today, Fred Enanga acknowledged the Pressure's arrest that happened on the 17th of this month.
We continue to process charges against a suspect who was arrested for defaming the Kabaka of Buganda, promoting hate speech, incitement to violence, and other offensive pieces of communication against the Kabaka of Buganda and also the Buganda Kingdom. You're aware our crime intelligence task teams carried out this arrest on the 17th of February, where one Musana Ibrahim, aged 27, a resident of Kawuga in Mukono, and also a resident of Chira Road, was picked following a series of reported hate crimes, acts of incitement to violence, defamation of the Kabaka of Buganda, the Katikiro, and a lot of offensive communication through various digital platforms on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp.
Enanga revealed that Pressure 24/7 has been handed over to the Crime Intelligence Department and they're in preparation to arraign him before the courts of law.
So the suspect was handed over to the Directorate of CID in Chibuli, who are now processing him on these various charges of misuse of social media, hate speech, malicious information under the Computer Misuse Act, and incitement to violence. We are actually transcribing over 50 videos of anti-Kabaka sentiments that are vulgar, abusive, hostile, and defamatory. Why we are transcribing them is for evidential purposes. We're aware that a large section of the people of Uganda and well-wishers are not happy with such negative statements, ugly speech that is so embarrassing and highly disrespectful of the Kabaka of Uganda, the Katikkiro of Uganda, and the Uganda Kingdom. We are all aware that devotion of the Kabaka of Uganda has long been the pillar of the Uganda Kingdom, and which must be preferred, must be preserved at all costs. As a country, we have very, very strict rules against acts of incitement to violence, hate speech, and all other forms of offensive communication. We therefore cannot and will not tolerate violence incited and motivated by hate speech due to the devastation and unrest it can cause our communities. Therefore, as the joint security agencies, we are going to use every tool and resource at our disposal to combat bias-motivated violence and all its forms, not only against the Kabaka of Uganda, but also against any other Ugandan or visitors in the country. We want to thank our CID task teams and also the crime intelligence task teams for their hard work and the strong message to all perpetrators of hateful ideology that they will be caught and prosecuted to the full extent of the law.
Meanwhile, the spokesperson of the Directorate of Traffic and Road Safety, Michael Kananura, has announced a renewal of crackdown against border riders who are on roads without crash elements and driving licenses.
Continue with the operations among the borders, especially those without crash elements on roads, those without reflective jackets, and those without driving permits. The Directorate of Traffic and Road Safety continues with road safety sensitizations across the country, targeting all road users, who include school-going children, borders, market vendors, taxi operators, lorry drivers, bus drivers, passengers in those vehicles mentioned, and many others, with the goal of promoting behavioral change and promoting good road safety practices among the road users.
In the same vein, Kananura went ahead and attributed most of the traffic accidents to inappropriate overtaking and impunity among the road users, as he explains.
The major causes of these crashes were seen as number one, careless overtaking or improper overtaking, speeding, following too close, sudden entrance from the roadside, and brake failure or vehicles which move on the road in dangerous mechanical condition. Among the notable road crashes which were registered, we had one on the 16th of February 2024, which occurred at 6 p.m. at Kafu along Kampala Guru Highway in Nakasongora district. It was a fatal crash which was involving motor vehicles registration number UAS 268W, a Mitsubishi Fuso Fighter, and motor vehicle registration number UAW 025C, a Mitsubishi Fuso Canter. The crash claimed lives of 2 people who were occupants in the Fuso truck and injured 3 others. According to our preliminary investigations, it reveals that the cause of this crash was due to careless driving of the driver of Fuso truck, where he was trying to overtake, hence ramming into the motor vehicle that he was following, which was a canter. The driver of the Fuso is on the run
And in more stories, the University of St. Joseph Mbarara has held its third graduation ceremony since its inception. The Chancellor of the university, His Grace Lambert Bainamugisha, asked the government to support this young institution, reminding the President of Uganda, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, to fulfill his 7 billion shillings pledge made towards the construction of the modern science laboratory for the university. The chief guest was the Minister of State for Finance and General Duties, Rubanda East Member of Parliament, Henry Musasizi.
Of this university, we want to thank you for the great work. Want to thank you. Jesus. The Archdiocese of Mbarara started this university as part of the church's mission and mandate to establish education institutions of different levels to share in the salvific ministry of Christ. And the university focuses on tertiary education that meets community needs and engineers socio-economic transformation. The slogan for this university is for and with the community.
Would consider taking on the construction of the whole university science block, estimated to cost 7 billion Uganda shillings, since it would contribute to the socio-economic development of Uganda. We beg you, our guest of honor, to remind our president that we are still waiting for a positive response.
You have the best skills now to innovate and create jobs. Aspire to become job creators and not job seekers. It is a challenging environment you are transitioning into. However, job opportunities are available in the 4 sectors, namely commercial agriculture, industry, ICT, and services. Ndaza okukuratirira okuleba ngo ndaza kwatanisa na muzeyi Mwebesa tulebe ngo twakuratirire gipleji ezisente za rugayo. Mwebale munonga kandi abana baza kutunga degrees na diplomas ndabendeza ebirungi kandi chikuru munonga mugume mwinenjesho na mirimo himuraze mu next world kandi mugume murakora munonga.
A very big round of applause to the chief guest for the first.
Your Grace, the Chancellor, allow me to present you the following graduates who have fulfilled all the requirements for the conferment of the degree of Bachelor of Science in Information Technology of University of St. Joseph Mbarara.
I confer upon all those whose names have been read a degree of Bachelor of Science in Information Technology of the University of St. Joseph Mbarara.
Asimwe Patience, Atheire Agnes.
By virtue of the authority entrusted to me, I confer upon all those whose names have been read a degree of Bachelor of Business Administration of the University of St. Joseph Mbarara. Congratulations.
Msimenta Fortunate, Muyambi Pius, Natwera Innocent,
By virtue of the authority entrusted to me, I dissolve the fifth congregation of the University of St. Joseph Mbarara.
Thank you very much, Your Grace. The university pillars, please follow the procession.
God sent me to.
Thank you for watching UCTV News. It is time now to look at today in history. The Today in History segment takes us for a break. UCTV News returns shortly.
UCTV, good news for all.
Catch incredible stories of resilience, success.
You can manage that money.
With a topping of inspiration.
Get interested in people, not interested in yourself.
Inspire, achieve, repeat.
You are watching UCTV, good news for all. For this and more, tune in to Kasese Get Radio 100.5 in Western Region, located at the hill of the Diocese of Kasese. KGR brings you all Catholic programs and an advertising platform in all our radio shows like Good Morning Renzori, Chama Toboka, Ukute, the business show, Propeller, the request show and sports, Evaluation, Mahinga Bakuluka, Late Night Show, and many others. Our other services include Isuzu Tipa, a no car, public address system, live band, Omokekera, an audio recording studio, and outside live broadcast. For more information, call 0773 597 166 or visit our website www.kasesegatradio.com. Kasese Radio, Omusondoria, the voice of truth.
It's unbelievable. Now, companies, businesses, and organizations can make bulk payments easily with Centenary Bank's Corporate Center Swift to anyone without the need of a bank account, anywhere, anytime, just like that. The recipient needs only their phones, national ID, and token number received via SMS to withdraw money from any center agent nearby. The Centenary Bank's Corporate Center Swift is simple, secure, and convenient. You think it's too good to be true? Visit any of our branches countrywide or visit www.centenarybank.co.ug to know more. Centenary Bank. Centenary Bank is a member center group regulated by the Bank of Uganda. Customer deposits of up to 10 million shillings are protected by the Deposit Protection Fund of Uganda. Terms and conditions apply.
UCTV, Good news for all.
And with that, that's all we had for you tonight in our newscast. Tonight, thank you for being a part of this Monday edition of UCTV News. I'm Sunday Gloria Aboch. Do stay tuned to the Uganda Catholic Television. Good news for all.